So as you've been a savvy HR professional, you've been doing an HR professional role, and then you move to CEO. So let's say I want to hear. I think there's a lot of people right now in Gen Z and Gen X is like a majority of the community. They have a big dreams and they're doing a lot of things to do to improve themselves. So I want to hear about I think that story about what you have done. That age will be a motivating factor for many of the Gen Zs to learn and develop. Hello, good morning, everyone. What a Sunday morning today. We have some exciting conversations in our Ask John show for years. And today we're here for discussing about 152 episode of Ask John show. And today, just not just one more show, but I also want to mention is about, show we have an exciting guest today who has a very depth HR background in her life. She started her career as an HR and in SC Johnson. Then she moved on to work as an HR manager for CJ Food, and then she also worked for Vincom as a South of HR manager too. And then she got moved on in her career and joined a Greenfield Vietnam as a senior overseas HR manager as well too. And now she has been decided to go to the next level in her career. Now she is the CEO of Idea Investor Vietnam, and she's been doing in this role for 3 years. What an incredible move from an HR professional to become a CEO. And today our guest is Winty Young. And I'm so delighted to have our today's guest to hear all those exciting stories moving forward and hear her success story. Hello, Young. Good morning. How are you doing today?
Hello, John. Thank you. I'm very great today. Thank you to invite me to join the show today. And I hope that on my answer to your question to provide a clear picture to the entrepreneur and eventually to the young CEO.
Absolutely. I absolutely believe that there is a lot of exciting talk to. I'm also excited to hear all the stories and your career moving forward as well too. So as you've been a savvy HR professional, you've been doing an HR professional role, and then you move to CEO. So let's say I want to hear. I think there's a lot of people right now in Gen Z and Gen X is like a majority of the community. They have a big dreams and they're doing a lot of things to do to improve themselves. So I want to hear about I think that story about what you have done. That age will be a motivating factor for many of this. So that's why I might want to raise with this first question is about what are the top 5 to 7 things you did when you was on 20s. That means at the age of 20 to 30, that means 21 to 30, which made you an HR director, because that was your first, or head of HR. That was the first milestone in your career. So what are the things did you do that time, you?
Yeah, okay. So thank you. Regarding, I just remind about from my age up from the 20 to 30. At that time, the economics, Vietnamese economics, still not developed like now. So now it's developed very strongly. So at that time, all the family or the parents want their children to study very well to get the university certificate and study very well about the English, how to speak and the writing the English. And on board my time, I invest on how to get the university certificate and also to speak English very well. And then the second thing I think is very also important that affects the rest of the life until now. Like I get the job, I got the job and how to got the promotion. So the first time I apply to the big company like the SC Johnson. They recruit the management training, and then after the 6 months they allocate me to become the human resource specialist. So the third things they also very important is that you should to get the relationship with the high senior position, high level position. Then to make sure you can learn and study so much from this position about how to fulfill the job and how to have more skill on life or the company. So I also travel a lot of places across the Vietnam to make sure I have more experience to relax and to exercise with some place. And the final thing that I invest a little my money on gold and the US dollar.
All right, all right, all right. Um, that's great. So here is the key takeaways of this question. The thing makes Yoon to be a head of HR, and this is what she did when she was at 20s. Number one, um, university degree. She focused about university degree. So a lot of people who tell you that you don't need a university degree absolutely don't believe it because it did not work for Young. She really focused about a university degree. Number two, she focused about learning the English language because English is international language. Number three, career planning. She had a quite clear career planning. Number four, she joined a company who has a brand, corporate. She joined a company. Number five, build networks. That was one of the next thing she did. Number six is about learn through traveling, and number seven is about learn about investing, of financial investing to develop. So thank you, Jung. I think that was a really key points which you have done, and I think I also believe that any 20s, any Gen Z or Gen X who are watching this show should be doing that as well too.